Greetings, Planeswalkers. Got another deck for you. This one called Plains Battleground. And as you can see, it is an all-white deck. This is a fast deck. We'll go through it here. So in the 1 white mana range, we've got Lunarch Veteran. This should be familiar with everyone. Basic, common card, Human Cleric, 1/1. But a really good card for a common. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. Plus it has the Disturb. Monk of the Open Hand. This is the kind of card you have in a very cheap mana deck. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Monk of the Open Hand. Portable Hole. Get rid of those pesky 1 or 2 mana cards our opponent has. And then Usher of the Fallen. We can create 1/1 white human warrior creature tokens, and it's a cheap card, as long as we boast that is for the creating the token. In the 2 mana range, 1 colorless, 1 white, we've got Dancing Sword, which I think I have 2 of those now, so let's bump that up. Flare of Faith, target creature gets +2/+2 until the end of turn if it's human. Instead it gets +3 and +3 and gains indestructible. Intrepid Adversary, this is a great card. Not something you want to pull out quickly. You want to at least get an extra 2 mana when you cast it, and all creatures you control get +1/+1 for each Valor counter. Kabira Takedown, if we're light on mana and we've got this, we don't have enough planes on our hands, this is a good card. And we also have, obviously, it does damage equal to the number of creatures we have, 2 creature or planeswalker our opponent controls. We're going to have a lot of creatures in this deck, so makes sense. Luminarch Aspirant, great card, very annoying card. If your opponent has it at the beginning of your combat, on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. If you can't get rid of that quickly, that tends to become overwhelming soon. Rally the Ranks, we could go humans in this case, +1/+1 for all creatures that have that type. Ritual of Hope, creatures you control get a +1/+1 until the end of turn, or Coven +2/+1 if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers. Sunset Revelry, great card. Depending on when you cast it, it can do up to 3 things. Gain 4 life, create 2 white human creature tokens, and draw a card. In the 3 mana range, 2 colorless, 1 white, we have Cathar's Call. We create a 1/1 white human creature token. That's going to just keep giving us life through the Lunarch Veteran. And add to our Kabira Takedown potential. Maul of the Skyclaves, great card. The great thing is when it comes into play, it immediately goes on a creature of your choice. +2/+2, first strike, and flying. Resistance Squad, we get some card drawing if we have humans, which we will. Adeline, Resplendent, Cathar has power equal to the number of creatures we control, which we should have quite a few. And adds another one no matter who attacks, so we can attack with a token and get another one. Savior of Ollenbock, great card. Whenever Savior of Ollenbock trains, exile up to 1 other target creature card from the battlefield or creature card from a graveyard. So our opponent has a really large creature or a really pesky creature, and we've got Adeline out, which should always be have a high power and cause the Savior to train. We're going to be getting rid of creatures. Sigrid, God Favored. This is for blockers or attackers. Exile up to 1 target attacking or blocking creature until Sigrid leaves the battlefield. Flash, first strike, protections from God creatures. Cemetery Protector, Flash. When Cemetery Protector enters the battlefield, exile a card from a graveyard. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell, if it shares a card type with the exiled card, create a 1/1 white human creature token. So there's more tokens there. Grandmaster of Flowers, Legendary Planeswalker, 7 more loyalty or more loyalty counters on him. He's a 7/7 dragon god creature with flying and indestructible. And target creature without first strike, double strike, or vigilance can't attack or block until your next turn, or search your library and or graveyard for a card named Monk of the Open Hand. Reveal it. put it into your hand if you search your library this way. Shuffle. So we've got 4, obviously. We can be continuing to cast that plus whatever other spell we might have in our hand to keep pumping up the monks that are currently out on the battlefield. Invoke Justice. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield and distribute 4+1/+1 counters among any number of creatures and or vehicles target player controls. Nice card. Vanquish the Horde. If things are going poorly in the creature department for us, which something has gone horribly wrong in your game, we can wipe the slate clean. I would say do this before this, if you've got this in your hand. And then, of course, we just have Plains, Iganjo Seat of the Empire, for its damage ability, attacking or blocking creature, similar to Sigrid God Favorite. And then Roadside Reliquary, we've got artifacts like Portable Hole, Maul the Skyclaves, and of course, enchantments like Rally the Ranks and Cathar's Call. So we should be getting 2 cards on that draw. So it's a pretty simple deck. It's a pretty fast deck. There is a gameplay video with this deck as well. You can check that out. This is a pretty simple deck. It doesn't have ridiculous stuff. I would think Cemetery Protector and Grandmaster Flowers are just kind of bonus cards in here. Really, Adeline, the Lunarch, the Monk of the Open Hand, Intrepid Adversary. So there's some mythics in there, but they're not terrible. So I hope you like the deck. If you do, like the video, subscribe please, hit that notifications button, and leave your comments down below. This is the Gamesman saying, see you next time.